God said, arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness has come up before me. Now, Jonah didn't like that order from God. He rebelled at the very thought of going to Nineveh. First of all, I don't expect he found much glamour in being a preacher of judgment, saying that judgment is going to fall on you. But the second and most important reason was he did not want God to spare Nineveh. There's probably never been a more wicked, a more godless, a more immoral, a more violent people than the Assyrians that dwelt at Nineveh. He said, God, they deserve hell. Get rid of them. Kill them all. That was how Jonah felt. They were so wicked and so awful, and they'd been so terrible to his own people. So when God gave the order for him to go and preach repentance in Nineveh, it says that Jonah fled from the presence of the Lord. He said, I just can't do it. He said, I'm going to run from God. I can hide from God. So he got a ship that was going down to Tarshish. Now, Tarshish was a seaside resort, and he thought he'd go lie in the sun a little while beside the beach and enjoy himself and let God send somebody else to do this dirty work of preaching judgment in Nineveh. But you know, the way of disobedience and sin always leads downward. Notice it says he went down to Tarshish. And it leads down to guilt and loneliness and separation and hell. And every step leads lower. Every time you flee from the presence of God, you're in trouble. Every time. Every time you miss your devotional life. Every time you miss your time of prayer. Every time you miss your time of reading the Word. As a Christian, you're in trouble. And every time you hear the gospel and do nothing about it, you're in trouble.